See, some de basabasa biaba, but beyond this phobia,
and can people we need ya? Who in the Ghana Police Service and the Dampare can call a yet guy with Umbra Police Service, Police Headquarters? Who born dog? Chairma, I want to be statement or try and that's all Kagu tape. I want to ask the CID boss, answer me bono. I want to be quiet and control the statement. No, Kagu force me a recording and I say or try and if the NPP had won, wouldn't be Nkebesi? Huh? Because nobody at a point in time, not Ghana will be able to mean Kasa from the judiciary to the Flagstaff House to even government institutions. If you do sometime, I'm going to check a crack. The Abusa question say, hey, mistake I am here, and this is a BM. Now, Abusa will say, MPP, what's their plan? Our plan is say, John Mahama echo opposition in 2017. What did John Mahama do? John Mahama and the NDC, they sat back and allowed their work to work for them, their work to speak for them. Into which NDC call opposition now. Yani Ghana for any NDC MPP tonight first years 2017, 2018, 2019. You were still not seeing anything from the NPP. Ekufo had told us to say, "Washo Nyankopon Bob into Bisi Cathedral." Time Ekufo had taken over from John Mahama, Samira Bawumia. Now there were so many senior high school blocks. They ignored it and told us to say, so we were like, okay, these people are intelligent. Let's see what they can do. One district, one factory. We did not see them build one factory from scratch. Later along the way, I'm going to say, oh, their idea was to support existing factories. Ever seen there? You were existing factories. One district, one constituency, one down. They done went to Ghana 3 years. We had not said anything. The guys had not shown us one dam. Say we have built one dam. We didn't see even one. Every constituency was going to get $1 million from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. We were still watching them. They could not point to election 2020 campaign. They could not point to one company, one factory they had built. They could not point to one regional hospital they have built. They could not point to one road that they have constructed. They could not point to one dam that they have constructed. They were able to point to a cathedral that they never promised us. And that cathedral, was it a cathedral we could see? It was a hole. We were still like these people. They came back and told us their excuse was that COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war. So we were like, okay, we all know the suppression we're going through. You could not show us anything. So when are they actually for the past 4 years, 2017, 2020? So Ghanaians were a little bit, confused. 2020 elections, they killed about 8 people to take the elections from the people. Yanka Bibia. We thought to say, at least they will learn sense and be like, the things we could not do in the first 4 years, fast for another 4 years, these people could not point to one E-block they have built. They could not point to one dam they had constructed. They could not point to one district that they had built from scratch. One constituency, 1 million, nobody got that money. They could not point to one single road that they came to construct. These people could not point to one regional hospital, one regional hospital. So after 2017-18, Ghanaians started watching the NDC and say, okay, let's go back to JM. Let's go back to the NDC. Now let's look at their track record. Did they actually do something? So it was what they had done. The NDC, that is what did the magic. Ghanaians started becoming wise. Now they started using technology. They started asking questions. Enti ube na young man be at your phone. Now akojina baby, monhwe school that way, NDC ne see. Monhwe den ekwan way, NDC ne. So then the NPP as a political party and their mentality had not changed, but they forgot that the people were changing. Thank you. They forgot to say their you see, the NPP, they themselves, they've not changed. Now, because they have not changed, they don't expect Ghanaians to change in the way we think and the way we do things. So they have always underestimated the thinking of a Ghanaian, the level of intelligence that Ghana needs him. Into what they do, and they say, they always see themselves, say, because they have not changed, They are still using a 4-4-2 formation. Yeah, MPP for a tribe. Yeah, Time JJ Rollins, Time Kwame Nkrumah. So Ghanaians will still not change. But what they fail to understand, and they say, technology had come in. Ghanaians wanted answers. Ghanaians were asking questions. So Ghanaians fell back and be like, let's watch John Mahama. Then see if we can consider him. But how are we going to consider John Mahama? Then that is when your past records come in. So now they started seeing the job at John Mahama and NDCA. They started seeing the construction they did, the way they were sustaining the dollar. Time I know free power, now dollar was 3.8. How are almost free power now? Wontumi Il factories. Commander Sugar Factory more now is going to be revived again. How John Mahama and the NDC, they had built UGMC, they had built Bank of Ghana Hospital, they had built so many regional hospitals. So now Ghanaians started to see the universities they are seeing the E-blocks they built. It's so Ghanaians started asking themselves, no, there's a difference between these two political parties. And then John Mahama be attractive. And obviously, people like us and good people like myself who saw the light and started speaking truth and using facts, Ghanaians became more enlightened and they started considering and be like, no, we made a mistake in 2016. Now, the question I want to ask the MPP is simple. What are they telling us? Are they going to show us what they did? And what at all did they do when they were in power? When they were in power for 8 years, we asked them, so I'm pointed to one thing on my year, they have not been able to do it. Now, the NPP strategy in the saying, their strategy now is that the NDC should make mistakes so that they can capitalize on that mistake and tell Ghanaians, say, we should not vote for NDC because they have made mistakes. The NDC obviously will make mistakes, but the NDC will serve the people. We have never had a perfect government on this planet. What we have never had on this planet is a perfect government. But there's one thing that we know. We want governments to serve. MPP for you listen to them carefully. They are just thinking, say, within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, Nipa 1.8 million now MPP because of their abysmal performance. Those 1.8 million people will all change their mind because NDC mistakes. Now NDC mistake now or complete schools, NDC mistakes na OC factories, NDC mistakes na dollar number do 4. NDC mistakes na ejuma ohwa. Who cares about the mistakes the NDC makes? What the people will care about is NDC ejuma ben omuyeye. It is when the MPP meet and they are talking, you listen to them carefully. They don't have any message. They don't have any plan. They don't even want to tell you they have committed, you people, they have committed crimes. They don't want to accept to say, Omaya Mobone. But what they are doing now is our campaigning and say NDC any mistake. So when you listen to Afenyomakin, not only NPP for the coma, this is the message of the NPP. Omo message and say NDC made mistakes. Omo mistakes are near winning power.
Supposing they will have a leadership issue. Mama has only wanted. So you will have to bring a new leader. That is where you will also see that no problem. Apathy 2028, the apathy will come to them, to their side. If you look at the turnout, even in Volta, so almost say a Ashanti region, we recorded only 67% turnout. They even have 65% turnout in Volta. Supposing they will have a leadership issue. Mama has only wanted. So you would have to bring a new leader. That is where you would also see that no problem. Apathy 2028, the apathy will come to them, to their side. If you look at the turnout, even in Volta, so almost say a Ashanti region, we recorded only 67% turnout. They even have 65% turnout in Volta.
So this is the idea. Apathy, mra. They don't have anything. This is the leader of the minority. Kasongo, Kakaureri. Afenyomakin. The message or the man MPP for now say omo ba be new flag bearer. John Mahama we are new flag bearer. Tomo be chire. Now when him say omo water region cry na apathy ho nipa na mba Ashanti interneti na Ghana for ye Jimmy ntie beto ama MPP. This has been their message and this is their message. So this kind of political party then a say our idea be or the baby boamino and I say obe create juma and I say obe fight corruption and these people are not ready for power. They think same way Jimmy. They still think, say, Ghana 4 have not changed. They still think, say, yeah, Jimmy, they still don't see the reality. And when you get a minority leader, Kasongo, 99, Kakawere MP, content creator, Afenyo Markin, no, I got a party for, so, oh, don't worry at all. A party, and also, they are going to, Mahama has only 4 years. Now, Ghana 4 in 2028, when we all decide, say, Mahama on Twaso for Ejumawaya, then obey. In 2028, so Ghana 4, you know, you're too young to street, so, near Cassia Mahama, oh, Afenyo Markin, who are you? Opama Mahama exceed what we want him to do. We would rather want a second term of Mahama than fools like you. So instead of a political party sitting down to analyze, tell the people the truth, they are counting on apathy and the party in power changing their presidential candidates. That is the party for you. Do they have a reason? The reason is that omuni a message emanipano. The party is built on lies. The party is built on tribalism. The party is built on on foolishness. Right now, the MPP as a political party, they have not changed, but they are still not ready to understand and say Ghanaians have changed. How many Ghana for now who say Ghana? So many people now. How many people voted on different issues? So many people now. So it is not about you wishing the NDC to fail. It's about the people. What they see is the government doing what the people want. If the government is doing what they want and the government is making mistakes, the people wouldn't care. And here say go for oetia and to abamano. Because na Ghana there, your man pe be matintin gram on who fair by the president. Yeah, they could for to compare roles as sanke because they could for a housemaid. But Ghana worker say, oh, yen share could for what tintin so ni wi a onom. Any Bawumia Jimmy oye. Yan for to me more. But yadima mo ye hu say enye tintin de nyansa ba ana tietere ye hu say munnim nyansa. They don't have the brains to govern. Now here yanko enim yedwedwam pizza for obiya okay. Yes, Mr. Ekunfi and the Canada Agyapong ya de bi. Wo mu sem people for ne gibi. What else can I do? And the day they see your court. Accra High Court grants 10 million Ghana cedis bill with 2 sureties to Professor Emil Ekunfi in ongoing 2 million SkyTrain trial. Must surrender passport and report weekly to police. You see, and the Accra High Court, at the year Sika Pudio 10 million out of Professor Ekunfi so. Nina Alpha deche SkyTrainer MPP for we yaka so moko faba ebesi ne. Sanka MPP wini yanka sem we kabate ho asem. Abi. If MPP had won, would you have heard about this? No. Anka Professor Amia Kumfi beka kire mo ma say omo papa mbobra omo yankwasiafo. But because NPP winning Professor Amia Kumfi Odi Court Akuniaba ye de sika to nitiri so ya je the passport ato dem yesi na wotwe bia ombra na ofa no ho be kire police. Say Professor Kumfi ochen atayi a na ochen se ono ate ne fie enum nsuo. Professor Amia Kumfi say ochen atayi a the other chen na say atayi wo eye prison atayi oni passport ya je atayi wo prison menoka say atayi eye de sika da no so. Professor Frimpo Boate chen atayi na ochen se otifie na atayi wo prison. There's no difference between this man and atayi. Now there one wa say we mu nyina say papa we last week so owu yenja no na on first ke bia asem no makache Ghana for say political issues are very tricky. Now the mama ni gene say eye oman Ghana we all have come to that pointer yabegya to me say e was nipa bi atwe omaso e was say oman no ye sacred ni or say oman no ye dane ni. Now at the end of the day, Ghana for ehu de yehu bi da. And nontina Ghana for majority no, we have hope in the new John Mahama. We want John Mahama to show us something that we have not seen before in our politics. Because you see, the John Mahama first and the John Mahama second is different. People now have hope in the new John Mahama because it is looking like in some of Kanyabia and what he is doing to reset this nation, it is becoming a reality. Sometimes it looks slow, but it is important because you don't also want to say, because you want to reset the nation, you want to step on the fundamental right of people in the nation. No. What we need John Mahama to do is what John Mahama is doing. We want John Mahama to take our politics to the point whereby the year who be Ghana politics may also be see. Now you na a standard in our politics. And when you see all these things, they will tell you, say, the government is witch hunting. The government is abusing the power. The government is using or working within the constitution. That is why nobody has been able to come out to state one law, one clause in the constitution that the president and this government have abused. Because say nobody's right has been abused. Say Attorney General FIL case the law permits the Attorney General to do that. Nobody in Ghana today can say Papa way obi the fan who did so. That is why the Attorney General and this government has given him the right to get a lawyer. Say ya mananje amfa lawyer na say ya kan kasa boahye ne yem. Ya man the opportunity to also hire a lawyer to also come and defend him. Now Papa way media miyema ankose jail no wu jail or kromfo on kind of cray. Now and the Canada Agyapong DB 10 million Ghana citizens near the two ekumfitri so no. Canada Agyapong and Okudzeto I say Nitino I say Abion and Okuta paper yes see there Canada Agyapong steps in as surety for Professor Amir Akumfi in the Sky Train case. Yes see Akumfi tama court ka say obi Embra no medin jinemu 10 million. Onfe japade mesia wawa na Professor Amir Akumfi kromfo no en19 kofi nkoda na on time bra court no Canada Agyapong say ono na ye Batman. Canada Agyapong o play game be with MPP for makacha mo say uyi Ghana for 10 MPP for omwombiara no say omye 8 emu 7 Jimmy uyi Ghana for 10 say MPP for 8 the woman emu 7 omo Jimmy. He's playing them when we so Jimmy right now no he wants to play the hero. Now me pesa buja Canada Agyapong Wankasa, who case bar, obenya sureties because you are spending all your sureties now. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your investment because the sureties now will spending in there. Wankasa would ya bar, sureties in now, no more with Japan to go see when you are sure say you will get that money to do that. Now, Canada Agyapong play game B, and that was the same game Ekufuado play here in 2012, 13, 14, 15. In fact, all the way back in 2008. What they do is that they have read the MPP base. You see, hey, Kennedy, and Professor Kumfi, party penny pao. She Kennedy na ade ninkrata ni sika enyina akosi awawa. Enti Kennedy de onipa say MPP o man say mpreku, o man say nkokɔ. Anything na poka chom say omo de gele and omo pe. Any t-shirt. He is playing their mind because Jimmy. So he wants to play that messiah role. Time apart in the opposition, no. Mena meje papers ebeye surety. Mena me bedi injine muma ekumfi into one tomame. When we say party the modu do na dwene wo form. When we say Jimmy, he's playing a game with them. On him say MPP supporter there. Unhia padlock, there unhia ni gele. And suddenly, Canada Agyapong is the hero in the MPP. Oh, now but I was identifying Canada Agyapong anko endi Chairma Wontumi echi anko Chairma Wontumi e ka ye de to no so no wan fa de japade ankosi awawa every say Chairma Wontumi e Bawumia camp every say Chairma Wontumi kro no obo no eno abi na Kennedy abo. And Canada Agyapong ehun say then he would rather go the other way and buy the sympathy from the weak-minded MPP supporters. Because listen, MPP for Oma ese enkoko, the more ebura awoto and the more we hear sound no kokwa no more so. Enti sade we oye o play omo and them say am robber bi say obi akowiade and ode the car cross no omo create scenes we nyina amamo. Because he needs something to fill the media. He needs something to make the MPP based thing say, oh, you're a hero. Suddenly, Canada Agyapong adani hero MPP mu. Adanya, yeah, kochi obi nti oso ordinary japadia kwesi awawa. Hey, Canada Agyapong beso you're a hero. Kacha ombani nyina so mo form American passport in my US government. No mo bra Ghana. Na mo bedi Ghana passport. No mo tina Ghana ni enchechere Ghana. John Mahama ne babia ni wakotena abrochire. We make sure say the man there 90% omu nyina te Ghana. And on no mote Ghana ebub Ghana. Sa o person che say odo Ghana we hero a o ma 21 no. Kacho mu nyina say omo passport omo from American government no mo nyina metena Ghana no mo ne wo en start nchechire Ghana no ne enhu se mo do Ghana kwase afo mo nzi ejimi. These are the cheap politicians are MPP grumi. Na ye then at this point Kennedy Agyapong to be a presidential candidate. Bawumia to be a presidential candidate. MPP ne go to the point they say Kennedy ni Bawumia and air contested to run the NPP. Kennedy. Mekoti yesi Kennedy ma economic speech. Mekoti so Bawumia so ma economic speech. Na Kennedy ni Bawumia omo mi enu wan anim ade. Because who say Kennedy say I don't know sika also so no economics on buga no de nyesika ubusa Bawumia so also right now he's somebody because of economics. It omo mi enu wan anim nyansa. Kennedy Bawumia, who is smart. Because Kennedy Baga so already one go school is street smart. Bawumia Baga so on the school and na bedru ha anything am na be vice president. It's omumi and one anim nyansa who is omumi and who come see anima who is smart. None of them. They are playing on the MPP. Majority of the people on the MPP chino omu ye daft. Omu kinkain omu go school. Dodono street they would love to work on the street than to get a little bit of knowledge. Yakase wa nko school enye school kwa na manyansa o e wo se wu nyansa. Majority of MPP for no nim nyansa. Na meka se nyansa ne se wakotwa woto ana wakogya wo nan na sebio wo de krata pepa woto a wanfa nche wonum a wo ye de woto twene ye ene ne nyansa no, and that kind of common sense mu ni bi. School there say a book ya kinkan a additional knowledge ne de kan adwene ho. Until you being in the classroom does not make you intelligent. Because enke nyansa and a school na ba nipa hu nyansa anka Bawumia be di Ghana so inka dollar na ngendru 18. Until also automatically who say sa nyansa ne bi ni wo. Now MPP majority of them no that thing called sense to sit back, put their political affiliation aside, put their tribe aside, put their hatred for people aside, and to ask serious questions. No, that fundamental thing no omnibi. And it's not idea Dima MPP ni pa so baka se tena se. Me de aduane isi wo nchan me de nsuo ka ho. Opachi MPP 45 tena dem. Momo aduane so air conditions so. Lock na ka je se o kwaba o momo wana wa omo ndwene. Oba omo nka de o madwene nkire omo tumi nka nkire. Me se MPP 45. For good them so air condition so TV so. Never do you see or say, me mama 1 hour. The work I want you people to do is to think. Just think. Me ba explain to me what you have been thinking about. They cannot tell you. Because you see, our journey is so weak and do that level to break that level to make journey. They can't think. Why should the party at this point be looking up to Kennedy Agyapong Bawumia? Why? Why should the MPP also be a party of intellectuals? Today, Bawumia cannot defend his own thesis. Bawumia led FX committee, led economic management team. Bawumia was vice president for 8 years, opposition leader for 8 years. Bawumia has been in politics for 16 years in leadership. Mahamudu Bawumia has led the MPP for 16 years. Kennedy Agyapong or the MPP for billions. Why should today? Now the question here is, see the 2 million for we are one no me juma. Omuko kranipa every Somalia and I say we mwa dada ya yankofo ya Chairma Wontumi Samira wukumo sa ankofo and I say omo nipa foforo bi free baby na eba. Now Shade yes it wait ono se coürt in there. Mrs. Do you have that tweet for me? Mrs. Yeah, I have it, Mrs. Chairma Wontumi me say CID boss we or you crazy lady. But who fe? Who fe mom? But apart from who fe no, obecho media me I know what I'm talking about. The new CID boss no, ono ante say can yeboa ko insane no petition Kennedy afre no. Can yeboa say that for Kennedy Agyapong. Omuko din kwase se mo Kumasi a, omuko bo opim ni a na o ye judge Kennedy Agyapong ko ha na Kennedy yeboa say investigations na ende. Kennedy yeboa ni ti ward dankwa, o ma say sue me. Unim sue me. Tiwado dankwa upe police ya wa bon wa Ghana pa tiwado dankwa wa bon chen bia bro fukro tumi nka tiwado dankwa a typical Ghana ni a otonmu o tise obi a otonmu otemu on 29 hey Fatima you 4 bags, that is how she looks. You look at her, there's nothing about her just about me we can crack. Or to what bem, nan saying, Wakowo Ozempic, and I can't eat in a pantine. And on an Ghana. Tiwa de dankwa. Obetina a CID office in Kwasi Asem wanye jume bia. The same way na Kenya Boa Subaye, Kenya Boa di Crampo de Kenya Boa to press conference. O tu guys watch Roberts on Kenya Boa. Kenya Boa, me Kenya Boa, why de an opportunity to what twas ye. Or no, before we beg you man upon because Endra the womb, now a 12 osu. Our joint TV or no a J a day, or J Casapreku 2, Afric 2. Now I just krama pempem I also for bakusum o we also about time now ansa na wa je krama kaka domre kakra sum on one do office on in fifre tiro dey be how are you okotena up the right petition asem you be a right petition era de kan yabo no ma CID ni di krampo de time kra keke odu officer oh yes sir. Today we want to present us a right petition. Only the you have to right petition because Kennedy didn't ban crying. I don't know Kumasi. One number petition a South Trust Union Manasa. Kenya Boa. O Jinawa I say Koliku. Ain't he answer no do office no? On what twas ye? We didn't care Raba Aqua to have Afric 2. Now the end penny say last no the lemon kakrasum I or je have Afric 2. No I je Casapreku 2. Now I je krama pempem 2. Now I je obata na hu 2. Now or the aya de madingo kakrasum and sana was for lime kakraka hu. Na no num say no we are no yes obia petition. Right petition. Oh right petition. Now no to me press conference Kenya Boa. Or press conference na or the etuoro was watching armed robbers oh na etuoro or the akogu in office wo. No, I today. No, I have press conference. No, oh, we are not going to say the guns are there. Go and check it. A 20 to everybody good now. Everybody get your well down. Can they want to be a press conference? CID boss. Oh, now watch it out, Roberts. Oh, or so I did 13, 18 ammunition, the gun and their weapons. And oh, we are not packet to one the office one a good form. No bullet to Google. No about a press conference. Yes, so we have catch police. We are doing collaboration police and patrol force, and the armed robbers have been apprehended, and we are processing them. The petition to come. We have to say, so where are their weapons? So go inside. It is in there. Now a two bomb there. They didn't go there. Was it? Armed robbers don't go here. Yeah, Jimmy, you ready? 20 and a 20 court. Now. Debia me so tena no busa ho enti kapa wansesa anka kwa we can machines da ho badwuma de. If they had won election 2024, how dare you call Chairma Wontumi say Umbra police CID office to answer questions? Me busa o sanka NPP we need 2024 kotra be na wa Ghana obetima ka Chairma Wontumi please come to the police headquarters and answer questions. Idea where I charge Chairma Wontumi no. These charges were there from 2017, 2019, but nobody had the balls to call Chairma Wontumi to come to the police headquarters to come and write a statement. Obedient to me and yes, I did for 8 years. And anytime I catch up, say, it is sometimes no busan say, hey, it think MPP we need ya. It think MPP we need ya. Na Juma Diana Chairma Wontumi di sense I say, eh, it think Obi betuma fresh Chairma Wontumi. And the police caution Chairma Wontumi on 3 counts related to illegal mining, scheduled to report to CID on Tuesday, May 27 at 3 p.m. for further investigations. And the Chairma Wontumi call police me to turn no. Yes, so chance one sambra no metwaso. And can people we need ya? Who in the Ghana Police Service and the Dampare can call a yet guy with so Umbra Police Service, police headquarters? Who born dog? Muntie ninsama na kind opie free a interrogation room no. But I have it. Mr.
All right, I'm going. What's the reason for?
Yo, Madam Ase, na Bada Obia's traffic. Police for inviting me. I want to say.
One time. Chairma Wontumi statement no or try and also kagu tape so. I want to ask the CID boss. Answer me bono. Chairma Wontumi ko na okotwe the statement no. Oka gu fun so me record ya na say otroye and so be say hu. Enti me pese police CID no ochina omo release statement. Chairma Wontumi aba abetro statement yate. O record no fun so no de ba ya na say mo bon no tape so no okasa na later na mo betro na say otroye. Because be say me hu. Me hu say kokuo bi na say oye Ashanti regional communication director Ibrahi akware dim say box no. Me pese me bu say Chairma Wontumi and the boy guy emre and all your batakarina cry say I can't show this. Hey, would you unim the emra bit my yo? Anytime I catch uncle Phoebe. Emra so mua. Chairma Wontumi crash go. Now I was to UK. I win the paper. Chairma Wontumi show go. Now oh police for afro a question about blackmail. Hey, Chairma Wontumi o onu kra titi the nima na show go. Now Mommy anko tie eye de eye twetwe ni.
Thank you, my governor. Thank you.
All right, I'm going.
What has been the reason? What's the reason for?
Yo, Madam Ase, na Mother Obia Strategy. Police for inviting me. I was say, na charger omode bought me and say, na me Galamsey. Na the producer, my lances are a lease at the chair of set me illegal mining. Na se me Galamsey until the lances no. At the chair, I'm the Tosubio. Almost I can say, we hear Juma, I walk forest. And also the catcher will say, I name here. You go for here, Juma, I walk forest, the I hear some more evidence. I'm moving to me at the action. Now, it may apply lances for her. That's also Forestry Commission. The Lands Commission and the Mines Commission. Omo yese omo de honam Forestry Commission for so omo nhwe ho. Into omo and a year custodian omo ye responsible omo hwe eho enko hoda. It is obi ye dwuma wo ho ne ade a enye me din enye bibia edum ana ewie ye no omo ama bill to surety ana CCI, Yama bill, CID.
How much of the bill?
I didn't even know I can't say, Yama bill, 2 insurances.
This is about Cocoa and
No. Cocoa board. And no credit that some of the Cocoa board for secret. Obiano so no akwa ye roader anya buy na monster aye wo mum na odu sika ebe ko contractor no wo na odu sika be ko na obi akwa ye road ubia na highways for no ko
Chairma emre ozo ko ye yi o forest be mu Chairma na emre se me ka kire mo Ghana for emra na enso mu on the chairman ni se ni ma twe se eye South Central su konkonte Chairma emre on se chairman ni ase nyina totom chairman hu se de ekonomi odin chairman we hu se da bi we de enya santesem ena we de enya MPP for mro chairman hura de bo ho no ensam de busa chairman ama chairman ni watwe chairman hu se forest na oye show mu nyina o girigu no forest no chairman tweet hu se forest no ade no enough for intenda no wa utie eye chairman tweet ya who study the body language because Chairma twetwe onye nipa bi a oye easy sa so TV so no kasa wo hwe na uhunu na so kasa o TV so ahwe
kana John na wo hwe ma mi na ma say obema mu ska say munye demonstration sese no hwe say o se o mu se market pa ba bia this for bia mo attack wo mo chairman me say so mu de basabasa bia ba Babia this for Obia, you attack a movie.
Two wrongs. Enti ende uhu chairman. Me catch as a chairman I am re. No be any say Chairma to make say nipa. O si bia no post kraman. But say, hey, che, embra no hu. Uwurom na so hwe omu a. Honorable say, and a police about no offense, don't win attempt. Hello, how are you? Yes, we have some questions to ask you, Chairman. To and Godfrey, I heard Godfrey trying to pick some argument with Tadori. Sorry. Now, Thaddeus, sorry. Now, Godfrey Thaddeus, sorry. The school or the work on the crown put law. Godfrey like you Godfrey. And your politics now, I have always told you, say, you are supposed to represent people with disability. They need people like you, your voices. Godfrey Dame, what's your law? Kronunti, and then go for the Didiomochi. Oh, you are going to go pick a fight with Thaddeus. Now, Thaddeus started your law. He even taught you law, you Godfrey Dame. And your politics, and the Kronunti, I would say, you are a media lawyer. You are the kind of lawyers who go out shopping for judges. Don't we know you people? There is some kind of lawyers. Godfrey Dame. Da ben na be a lawyer. They be a mekache Godfrey Dame. Onenam Ghana. Me say today, what you need to be doing is to stop politics. Dedicate yourself to help people with disability. Speak for them. Be their voice. Be the voice of the voiceless. People with disability, they need people like you. They are brothers like you. Speak for them. You have a voice. You have learned the law. Use that law to protect them. That law now, don't waste it. Because the MPP, they have already used you. You are one of the most disrespected, denigrated, filthy blackface lawyers in Ghana. Didn't you see the nonsense you did in Ghana? In any serious country, you should be in jail. Nana Dankwa Kufuor used you like a dog. You were deliberately going after people to please the Kufuor. You are the worst attorney general. Gloria Kufuor attorney general. What the one ko kromoti ehye na sid wo na sid din concern na o pele di nechi o pele and I kache Kufuor say yenyini na be hye ho. Wo be hye ho na nkwasiade political cases. Onkwa under you na a day every day be a free case or court. Jachi question opuni and ebedu atoforsin so kwasiampanyi ojuse law no ensesa. I will advise you. Sorry, Mono, they have reached their limit. Thaddeus, reach limit. When you talk about Ghana, the finest lawyers, some of the finest lawyers, you cannot bypass. Sorry. But when in Ghana today, we mentioned 3 criminal lawyers. Omni credibility. Your name will not mess out. I will advise you, Godfrey Dame, to take my advice by representing people with disability. Look at them, speak for them. You are one of them. And I love them. I will always speak for people with disability. We were in this country and a whole government took away toll booths. We thought we were going to bring a digitalized toll booth. People with disability are not the whole Ghana. They lost their job. You were the Attorney General. You could not fight for them. Your job is to speak for the people who don't have the voice. And to say people with disability because you are in that category. We are doing our best, but it is always good when people like you who are in that category speak for those people. It makes us want to help more. With all due respect, maintain obia or disability. I have to respect them and speak for them. But it is always right. And in oba bruchre na omo enkramai omo pe enkramai omo so donate ne de hwe enkramai no omo ye enkramai advert omo kofe nkusie omo de enkramai na omo ho ye mobo no ye advert. Because they want you to see kraman no ni situation of womb. Now, say you don't watch a situation, not what my kraman is sika. Into over America, TV so ad was dogs who have been rescued, they need to be helped. They don't use elephants for that ad. They don't use rats. They use dogs who look deplorable, who look sick. And then a bit more related to that advertisement and contribute to that foundation. Into somebody like you, Godfrey Dame. So also we see law now person law no go and help people with disability and stop the foolishness. You have left people with disability there and you are following foolish politicians. You are going to fight Thaddeus. Now Thaddeus we are law now when politics. Now here we got now yes me 559 a woman a temu to some point nana manisi simnaso. Nana we dem refer Duenya manihunu mampon hine nana. na I beg a kenamibu. Na me say time on a temu se mampon hina bomu, but nana we die facheme. Now, this is a story every single Ghanaian should pay very close attention. MPP for started BB. Na de oma started to say, Yempe Bawumia, Yempe Kene de Agyapong, Yepe bodam ni criminal to say Brand Acheampong. Eh, the Tikabe MPP for my Jimmy Bruta. In Ghana today, why name say Brand Acheampong is one of the most daring, corrupt criminals in Ghana? Who doesn't know? And your Quran media have gone to dig Brand Acheampong from the US military. Brand Acheampong, the record now Sobenya position of Ghana, no, it was an illegal one. At least I can speak to that fact. To me, I have never respected Brand Acheampong as a legitimate human being. Or your crown for. Because when you look at his CV and during his interview, when he was questioned about his time in the US as a US military personnel, the kind of answers he gave, it does not correlate to the ewo documents. Brand Acheampong, no a gas boy, no boot patrol, or your reserve. Or because Ghana for say, or US intelligence, now our CIA, now or no our US military more, he was in a special forces, special forces. I could be an Brand Acheampong, no gawo or US military reserve. You're from every 3 weeks. No be the refresher course, no boot patrol, or a gawo. Now you see, the MPP, I keep telling you, it's a party where there are a lot of weak-minded people in there. Now you see, Brand Acheampong ready to redeem MPP into the Brand Acheampong a fuel attendant to be our president. Brand Acheampong is a fuel attendant. On your momujina shell, no goil, any petrol stations or Ghana and a jomu bupe to difference in him. Now, who in their right sense will even suggest Brand Acheampong to Ghanaians say, Yama Brand Acheampong be president. Brand Acheampong led thugs. He led criminals. He led murderers. He gave them weapons. He told them to go to the Ayawaso West Wagon, a commission that has the same power as a court, a high court. After their findings, they said Brand Acheampong needs to be reprimanded. As I cannot say, me say, Ayawaso West Wagon Assembly CNA, people were shot, people were butchered. A whole commission sat down. A commission that has the same powers as the High Court. A commission sat down and did what? Did interrogation and then questioning, investigations. Brand Acheampong himself was called to sit in front of the commission to answer questions. At the end of the questioning and the commission's job, I'm catch the President Kufuor say, Brand Acheampong, jail no. That is what the commission, led by honorable judges who sat on the commission, they told the Kufuor to say, Brand Acheampong is a danger to our democracy. He gave weapons to criminals to shoot Ghanaians. He was behind a whole murdering spree, brutalizing, assaulting Ghanaians. Commission can say, Nane Kufuor, jail akwawe. Now you say you kura nyansafo woma and the Kufuor any MPP senke nyansafo ne di echia. Why would anybody sit in Ghana today and say a person who leads thugs, who leads criminals, who leads murderers, gives them weapons, tells them to go and attack Ghanaians? Today as I speak, Obinai Echa, because Brand Acheampong sent criminals, thugs, gave them guns to go shoot. This same political party is saying they see nothing wrong with this guy's actions. They see nothing wrong with what Brand Acheampong did. Obo ojina nipe chidi to me instructing for a whole political party that is in opposition, a whole opposition say ye hu bonibia ye pese obedi Ghana so. Now when people mo jimiana muni munyansa. You cannot get somebody who has clean record. You cannot get somebody who, at the end of the day, Ghanaians will see and say, where they are respecting the kakra. Brand Acheampong to come and lead who? This is the same fool before election 2024. Now, Ojina stage say, "Onu onjai power mu." Kwasi ampenyi wei. Everything about this guy is a lie. I'm coming to do a scam. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong say, Tema port. The deal ben oho. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong bra. Me here Brian Acheampong. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong say, Tema port. On if you pare, omu deal ben oho. Omu din kofo din atoso. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong bra. Brian Acheampong. Eji Brian Acheampong. Brian Acheampong. Now we have the men, no. Now Brian Acheampong. Brian Acheampong. Time okoda a Greek ministry so. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong say at a point in his office, no kuta $500,000 in the office. Mumbusa no. Dollars. Brian Acheampong. Na Brian Acheampong onim dia wo. Me se mon fanemra, ne engina wa we tu. Mo bodam. You are crazy. Mumbusa Brian Acheampong sika na ko tam no bank of Ghana no. Mumbusa no. Brian Acheampong. Now you people you think because about better opposition 42 years and I'm just saying mu agro. And anything I'm going to picture called Upper West no. Me no family some kukumi no. More MPP leadership no. Anything I'm going to picture called Upper West no. Me say wa kan obi a obi obewu. Some it's coming back. Anything I'm some kukumi no. Anything I'm some kukumi. Some ko energy dem. Anything I'm some kukumi no. Me say you get it. This party is going to stay in opposition. Brian Acheampong should never come close to our elections. He should never come close to power again. Yamakwa we power kiti bi e Ghana. Okotena radio so catch say, "Dia ye wunu ayawa so West Wagon no, e preparations to election 2024. He will kill more." That was what he was implying. Okotena radio so ka say, "Oh, dia wunu kwa bodo say enkwara nyoma bi." Ya boni patuo, ya de kuma twetwa nipa, a member of parliament who okotena radio so e woni krom ka say, "Oh, we dey say me hu hwe." Kwasi ya person be president. Master, some of you people, you deserve the insult too. Because we have seen what you have done. Ekufuado lower Adena to the point to say, Ochimbia person or president. Now the Danko Kufuado will lower BBA. And anybody in the MPP thinks they can be president. Because the Kufuado in the first place did not have the credentials to even lead a political party. And to be the fair, be president. Inti ama akoto say Brian Acheampong obia peso be Kennedy Agyapong mu Bawumia kura peso saba back. What to make Bawumia think today say he still has it and that he needs to lead the MPP and become president. Then Bawumia krampo upon all the things that we have seen, upon all the damage Bawumia has done to Ghana, upon the Bawumia dia Ghana. Nana the danko for the lower band or MPP Gansani nimbium. We don't have real men who are intelligent with any credibility in the MPP. And the Ubu say, why no credibility? Why the MPP for better body dinner because say, hey, where there, who near some one? It was only Alan Cash. And I'm catch Alan Cash so the second Kevin Taylor or a mixed tribe. Ne mami and Fantini and Papaya Santini. Kevin Taylor Papaya Fantini and Mami Angunini. It all to mean the MPP nim. If you say MPP no, a year addition with Jimmy Tessa Napo. And I'm going to find Napo Jimmy we buy. Adaya Alan Cash mixed tribe. On free mensia into a this year, but I don't cover this year Jimmy for buy into the party as we see no and yansa for him beam one gaza for any to party one and millions of the party win him. Nankane party na on a lower standard na Eden Bawumia as I done no basso lead the party no. Ask yourself because Bawumia himself ask him what he has been able to achieve as a politician. Ask Bawumia what has Bawumia able to achieve. One gaza mumbusano. He cannot tell you one thing. What has he done? 33 policies. What has those policies done for Ghana? Bawumia as a politician, as an economist, what has he achieved as a politician? And then Bawumia to the Diatosu Ghana say, I started this from scratch and it is yielding nothing. So Bawumia has achieved nothing in his political life. He has achieved a lifetime, lying lifetime award, and the actual lies, deceit, comedy. And the Bawumia can tell every single person, say, because of the munafiki instincts in him, no, he has achieved that. But when it comes to, we are talking about statesmen who have achieved something, their track record. What is Bawumia's track record? Kennedy Agyapong track record, Wayne. You tell Kennedy Agyapong Bejina TV, so you're bad dross. You tell Kennedy Agyapong, ECG, your money contract, or then a Eddie Scano, sa contract in a way, sa lights in a way. Yentele Kennedy Agyapong. Ediene Kennedy Agyapong yen Ghana. Condensate on Napo, ewo Edian to. Betting $2 million. Kennedy Agyapong not Edian Ghana gas or to board so or Ghana gas board so. Condensate $2 million ayra. Yet Chroma, Asamina Makacheno. Mwanga Makache say contractor na ewo MPP abamu na Kennedy Agyapong na GE. You people run this country down. Anytime comes who is legitimate in the NPP to stand in front of Ghana for say ye jiminti ye fa tumi ma now ne wan ko ye djuma me fa tumi ma Kennedy Agyapong no ne ban Acheampong ko edjuma ana me fa tumi Samira Bawumia no ne Chairma Wontumi ko edjuma why na me fa tumi ma no NPP mu tell me why na me tam tumi ma no NPP mu because me tam tumi ma Bawumia or the Chairma Wontumi ne ko edjuma me tam tumi ma Kennedy Agyapong a oni Samia Wukumo oni sa criminals we oni o ma na be edjuma enti why na me tam tumi ma no Moma mi nipa foforo Barabas no me say moma ye Yesu foforo na Yesu na mo de brand de bodam ni sa mo MPP Yesu na mo pesa mo de ba no because we have not seen Yesu Christo papa bi o MPP mo nim nyansa enti mo fa Yesu papa ne mreye. Now what you are showing us is a mad Yesu where Yesu o nim nyansa. You are crap MPP actually obi an adwene wo form and obetena Ghana etie MPP. Why? Now listen to this.